Today is January the 24th. Today, we see the marriage at Cana of Galilee. So Jesus has begun his ministry. He now goes to a wedding. Let's read that story, John chapter 2, 1 through 11. On the third day, there was a wedding in Cana of Galilee, and the mother of Jesus was there. Jesus and his disciples had also been invited to the wedding. When the wine gave out, the mother of Jesus said to him, "They have no wine." Jesus said to her, "Woman, what concern is that to me and to you? My hour has not yet come." His mother said to the servants, "Do whatever he tells you." Now standing there were 6 stone water jars for the Jewish rites of purification, each holding 20 or 30 gallons. Jesus said to them, "Fill the jars with water," and they filled them up to the brim. He said to them, "Now draw some out. Take it to the person in charge of the banquet." So they took it. When the person in charge tasted the water that had become wine and didn't know where it came from, though the servants who had drawn the water knew, that person called the bridegroom, and he said to him, "Everyone serves the good wine first, then the inferior wine after the guests have become drunk. You kept the good wine until now." Jesus did this, the first of his signs, in Cana of Galilee, and revealed his glory, and his disciples believed in him. Gorgeous story here. Jesus goes to a wedding, not a wedding like you and I have, that might last with the wedding and the reception some 4 or 5 hours. This was a 7-day affair. They would marry on the first day and then have 7 days of feasting, dancing, of party. They ran out of wine. Mary comes to Jesus and says they're out of wine. Jesus says, "So? This is not yet my hour." And yet, he understood what his mother was saying, and he ended up turning water into wine. Now, as a result, verse 11, his disciples believed in him. They see the sign, and they believe. I'm interested in the fact that the first miracle of Jesus, it's not a healing. There is not someone who is deathly ill, and Jesus brings them back to health. It's not raising someone from the dead. His first miracle is not a huge deliverance. His first miracle is only to protect the honor of the bride and groom. Interesting. The Old Testament has quite a bit to say about honor and shame. Let's read Psalm 44 and see what it says about shame, and then Psalm 91 to see what it says about honor. Afterward, we'll have a few comments.
Psalm 41 and 91, New Revised Standard Version. To the leader of the Korathites, a maskil. We have heard with our ears, O God, our ancestors have told us, what deeds you have performed in their days, in the days of old. You with your own hand drove out the nations, but them you planted. You afflicted the peoples, but them you set free. For not by their own sword did they win the land, nor did their own arm give them victory, but your right hand and your arm, and the light of your countenance, for you delighted in them. You are my King and my God. You command victories for Jacob. Through you we push down our foes. Through your name we tread down our assailants. For not in my own bow do I trust, nor can my sword save me. But you have saved us from our foes, and have put to confusion those who hate us. In God we have boasted continually, and we will give thanks to your name forever. Yet you have rejected us and abased us, and have not gone out with our armies. You made us turn back from the foe, and our enemies have taken spoil for themselves. You have made us like sheep for slaughter, and have scattered us among the nations. You have sold your people for a trifle, demanding no high price for them. You have made us a taunt of our neighbors, the derision and scorn of those around us. You have made us a byword among nations, a laughingstock among the people. All day long my disgrace is before me, and shame has covered my face at the words of the taunters and revilers, at the sight of the enemy and the avenger. All this has come upon us, yet we have not forgotten you, or been false to your covenant. Our heart has not turned back, nor have our steps departed from your way. Yet you have broken us in the haunt of jackals, and covered us with deep darkness. If we had forgotten the name of our God, or spread out our hands to a strange God, would not God discover this? For he knows the secrets of the heart. Because of you, we are being killed all day long, and accounted as sheep for the slaughter. Rouse yourself. Why do you sleep, O Lord? Wake. Do not cut us off forever. Why do you hide your face? Why do you forget our affliction and oppression? For we sink down in the dust, and our bodies cling to the ground. Rise up, come to our help, redeem us for the sake of your steadfast love, you who live in the shelter of the Most High, who abide in the shadow of the Almighty, will say to the Lord, my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. For he will deliver you from the snare of the fowler and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with his pinions, and under his wing you will find refuge. His faithfulness is a shield and a buckler. You will not fear the terror of the night, or the arrow that flies by day, or the pestilence that stalks in the dark, or the destruction that wastes at noonday. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only look with your eyes and see the punishment of the wicked. Because you have made the Lord your refuge, the Most High your dwelling place, no evil shall befall you, no scourge come near your tent. For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. On their hands they will bear you up, so that you will not dash your foot against a stone. You will tread on the lion and the adder, the young lion and the serpent you will trample underfoot. Those who love me I will deliver. I will protect those who know my name. When they call me, I will answer them. I will be with them in trouble. I will rescue them and honor them. With long life I will satisfy them and show them my salvation.
So in the Old Testament, there are three basic words that deal with shame. One deals with the social ramifications of shame. One deals with the physical lessening that can bring shame. And one deals almost exclusively with the words revolving around shame, mocking and insulting. The word for honor has simply one word. That's a word that means heavy as well. Now, in Psalm 91, which we read, that word occurs. Take a look with me here at Psalm 91, verses 15 and 16. When they call to me, I will answer them. I'll be with them in trouble. I will rescue them and honor them. With long life, I will satisfy them and show them my salvation. God wants to bring us honor. So what do we do today? Well, God wants to bring us honor. He also wants us to honor those around us. Who needs to be honored in your life today? Maybe a parent, maybe a friend from church, maybe a neighbor. Go out of your way to honor them today with a word of encouragement. Like what you hear? Subscribe and share.